Hello everyone and welcome back to the studio here in Northumberland. It's been quite a while, but I've just been so busy on the road, up and down all over the country, doing shows and workshops and stuff. And anyway, I'm back now on a lovely bright autumnal day, but my word, it's cold, so cold. You can tell that the clocks go back tonight. To that aim, what I'm going to do is a snow scene. But not just any old snow scene. These are from the new books. Well, they're not books really. They're boxes. And they came out yesterday, wasn't it?
We got them yesterday.
We got them yesterday. The rest of the world, because they will be selling worldwide, the rest of the world will get them
next
in
week.
About another week, I would think.
Next week.
And these are watercolour mixing decks. And they're lovely boxes. They're lovely watercolour textured boxes. And in here, just like any deck of cards, you've got 56 pictures in here.
52.
No, 52 is it?
52.
Just shows you that I'm not a gambler.
Not a gambler.
I don't play cards. So I have been corrected, it's 52. I just know that for the whole lot, when I was doing them for the publishers, I ended up doing 114 paintings for these, because there's two sets. There's the landscape set and there's the architecture set, both in watercolour, and you can tell that these are going to sell a lot in the United States. Watercolour, there's no U in there.
No.
Yeah, do you notice that?
I have, and on the advert, on the web, I've used a U.
Okay, fine. You would, wouldn't you? And so, I'll just show you these quickly. And you've got like a booklet inside telling you all about materials and all that kind of stuff. All the gubbins that I use. So it'll flick through a book with lots of things in. And these are the cards. And on one side you've got the swatches and colours and brushes that I've used. On the other side you've got the picture to use. And I think it's a really good idea. And I wish I'd thought of it, but I didn't.
Just tip them out slightly so you can see how many cards there are. They're all different.
Oh, I'm just being told what to do again.
Just demonstrate the contents.
There, look at that lot. You see? So many different cards and covering all aspects of what you see out in the street. Like there. Chimneys. Look, that's not chimneys. Oh, chimneys and stuff like that. I'm making a mess of this, Cal.
Right.
You made me do this. A gate. Yeah. All kinds of bits and pieces that you see out in the landscape.
And that's the architecture.
And that's the architecture one.
Yeah.
Look, that's that cucumber thing.
Mm-hmm. Gherkin.
Gherkin, that one as well, gherkin. Lots of things.
What's that red thing there?
Actually, it's quite nice.
Yes, that's nice.
I quite like that. That red thing, it's a food market type seller thing.
There's all sorts, isn't there?
Yeah, well, it's all going on in there. And cottages. And things like that.
And the other thing is, they're all on like a white, got a white
Yeah,
topping, isn't there? So.
Well, shall I take the camera and you can just do this?
Just done the web thing, so I know what
Okay. As Gail said, they're white clean. And what I'm keen about, I'm going to just pick that one up before I stand on it. What I'm keen about is, that's the church. What I'm keen about, and you've got colours and stuff on, and brush sizes and things like that. What I'm keen about is, wherever you're going outdoors to paint, there's going to be something in one of these, in any one of these, that references what you need to do at that point in a landscape. It might not be. You can just use the cards to paint, to copy, to do whatever with, because the instructions are on the back as well. But whatever you need, if you're having a certain problem with a different or difficult kind of tree or something like that, there will be one in amongst this lot somewhere. So have them in your box, in your paint box. because they're very easy to use, very easy to carry, and it's a bit like the pocket book for watercolours, really, isn't it? Where there's all kinds of tips, and there will be something in there that suits what you're painting that day. So use them. Have them in your box. Keep them as a reference. And what does it say on the thing? Quick reference. You see, quick reference colour palettes to use at home or on location. So, yeah. But I'm not using that one today. That's architecture. What I am using is the landscape one. And I really like this. Again, you've got the little booklet inside that's full of all kinds of stuff. And this is what I'm going to paint today. There. A little snow scene. And actually, to go with those, on the website that is, you can't buy those everywhere. Gail's printed some little
Frames.
what do I mean?
Frames.
Frames. That's it. I'll get my words together at some point today. Where's Fran? Give me a Fran.
Over here. Move over here towards me.
Okay. Don't walk into that table. Yeah, Gail's printed some little frames so you can either do landscape or
Portrait.
portrait, either. And there's a hole in 2 different places. And you just slip the card in. How cool is that?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Are you pleased I thought of that guy?
Very pleased.
And told you what to do? Yeah.
Either in blue or with a green accent.
Blue or green mounts. And those are on the website as well. I'll get rid of that now. It's a bit like Blue Peter, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Yeah. And they're only £5.
Is that all they are? Mm-hmm. That's really cheap, that.
Bargain.
Bargain.
Yeah.
Now, I shall have my glasses on. So here we go. A quick drawing. As usual, you notice I've just taped the top and the bottom of the paper until I've got the drawing on. Then I'll tape the sides. And obviously, I'm going to make this bigger than it is on the card. Are you laughing?
I was just coughing, actually.
Are you just...
But it was funny.
You're just dying quietly, are you? But not so quietly. And I'm using another brand of my very expensive pencils. This one is Screwfix. Mm-hmm. Like so. And a couple of bits going up there. Yeah, like I say, I've been on the road for the past few weeks, actually. First of all, it was France. Then when I came back from France, I went off to... Where did I go to then?
Watershed, St Joseph.
St Joseph, down in Essex. That's big enough for that. And then I went to... Where did I go then?
Near Hook.
Hampshire, that was it. Hampshire after that, and somewhere else after that. I've been everywhere, man. This one is a little bit shorter because it's just a little bit further away. Like that. And another one here. Leaning slightly that way. That one's leaning slightly that way. This one's leaning slightly that way. And that sounds really knowledgeable. There's a reason for that, but I haven't thought of it yet. I forgot to tell them what's the price of these cards.
£12. On our website.
On our website, the ticket price is £12,
Normally they're $14.99, I think.
something like that. I don't think even Amazon have got them in yet.
No, they're on the waiting list.
They're on their waiting list. People are pre-ordering them on Amazon. But we've got them first. Oh. So our ticket price is £12. £12 straight on. Okay.
Each box.
Each box, yes. That's the ticket price. Or as I heard it said the other day, most posh people, tick alt. What the hell's a tick alt? That's what someone said. Now, got a bit of land here, bit there, and across there. And I'm going to have a few trees that will be further away, that are still distinct trees but weaker and further away. As to this lot, unlike this lot, sorry, that are not distinct, and they're a lot further away. And that's a good backdrop which will bring these more pronounced trees further forward. That's a technical term, that. And that will more or less do that, because all the rest of this is going to be done with the brush.
3, 2, 1.
You almost caught me dancing then. Now, it's all dry, and just for some, if it bothers you that you've covered, because it does bother a lot of people, it doesn't bother me, but that you've covered through where your trees are going to be, like these two here. Look, it is now all totally dry. Wash my 3/4 inch brush out, squeeze it out, and go back in. Can you see that now?
Yep.
Back in there, and suck some paint out. And once you've started it moving, clean the brush out again, there, and take it out. See? Not a problem. So you don't have to pre-plan too much. If you paint over somewhere that you didn't want to, take it out afterwards. And there's a very handy little book about that. It's called Watercolour Rescue. That's the one, isn't it? And it's full of Gail's fails.
Purposeful.
Purposely, she keeps telling me. And it's a little book called Watercolour Rescue that shows you how to rectify mistakes in watercolours, because lots of people think that you can't, and you certainly can. Trust me, I'm an artist. Yep, taking that there. So now I've revealed the light back on those again, just with a damp 3/4 inch flat brush. Now I'm going to my rigger brush, which is going to do quite a bit of this painting, to be honest. And very few colours in this painting, with it being a snow scene. Ultramarine blue again, and burnt sienna. This time a little bit more burnt sienna than I put into the blue for that distant lot there. Still heavier on the blue, but a bit more burnt sienna. And you can see there on the card, there's quite a lot of middle distance trees. You can just see them there, look. Here, here, here. And so a few of those in here. I'm not going to look too carefully at the card. I know more or less where they are. So that's with my rigger brush, a number 4 rigger, and a few bits here. Here and there. You don't need to go into detail, you don't need to paint millions of twigs. It's just a few strokes. A few bits over here. And with a ringer brush, if you want a wider brush stroke, press on harder. I'll just show you over here, look. Press on harder, get it wider, lift off more, get it thinner. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera. It's really windy outside. It's blowing a gale out there. A different kind of gale to the one that tells me what to do.
But just as forceful.
Probably not as forceful. It's dried already. A little bit more burnt sienna into the mix. Put this one here. And that comes a little bit further forward. And you'll notice, look, I've left the underpaper showing to the right hand side of that tree trunk. And now like so. Shall I have another one of those?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Still the same depth of colour. We may as well have a few extra trees and bits and pieces. Of course, there's no grass or paths in this one to have to fiddle about with. I think that'll do for them. Just as I start fiddling about with a few more. Yeah, that'll do. Now, with my back to my 3/4 inch brush, all I'm going to do is put more burnt sienna into that mix. So it's actually slightly heavier on the burnt sienna, look, you see that? Now, split the brush. Like that. Now just here and there, stipple on. A few little bits. Just dabbing on it. Now just tap. A little bit of digital art. Just softening in so it's not sharp edged. Split the brush in. Just a bit of rough stuff at the base of the woodland there in the distance. And again, just clean out where I've gone into that tree there. See, instantly it's gone. Never fear! Now I'm going to start with the bigger trees, coming further forward. And it's the same mix again, but just progressively getting darker as I go further throughout the picture. So again, ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, a little bit stronger than last time. And just wiggle the brush about. Wiggle it about a bit. Down that. And again, leaving it light to that left-hand side. Incidentally, with feedback with YouTube, I'm terribly sorry if I haven't answered your comments or feedback because I am having a little bit of technical difficulty, or should I say, Gail's having a little bit of technical difficulty because she does all the technical stuff. With the YouTube videos, we used to get an email saying YouTube feedback and which video it was, kind of thing. So I could just go on to that and answer any feedback. We've stopped getting those emails about 4 months ago. And so now the only way I can find out, apart from if I'm just looking at the latest video, the only way I can find out if I've got feedback is by scrolling through every single video, of which we have about 200, is it, or something like that?
It's a lot anyway.
About 200 videos, I think. Scrolling through every single one and looking at every feedback to see if it's a new one. And as you can imagine, that will take a week of my time to try and do it all the time. So I'm afraid if you haven't had feedback, we will get it sorted eventually. I'm not being rude, I'm not being ignorant. I just simply haven't got the time to do that all the time. So I apologise yet again. A few squiggly bits coming out here, look. Like that. And then, before I come to these two of the largest ones, with that same mix that I just painted that lot with there, I'm going to go back in with my 3/4 inch brush, clean it out, dry it out, so it's just a damp brush, and then just dip into a bit of paint there. And with the side of the brush, look, and then drag down. How's that go?
Lovely.
Sorry?
Beautiful.
Thank you. And again, digital art, just tap on and soften some of those. Give the impression of a canopy of winter trees. Don't paint 6 million twigs per tree. Now, those are dry. The two big ones here, again, ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, but much, much darker. These need to come forward. And so, again, it's the ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, but more or less equal quantities. Practically black, that, look at that. Yummy! A tiny touch of water in there. And again, bring this in. Now, you see how lovely and dark that is? You see how lovely and dark that is, Kev?
Oh, very nice.
Sorry, did I catch you burping then?
Mm-hmm.
Disgraceful.
It's my healthy breakfast. It's repeated on me.
It's like the old saying. What is it?
I don't know.
Pardon me for being so rude. It was not me, it was my food.
Oh, yes.
It just popped up to say hello, and now it's gone back down below. Funny, I remember kid things, isn't it?
You'd like that as a kid, wouldn't you?
Yeah. At some point I will grow up.
Not holding my breath.
Do not make me laugh during twigs. A few bits here. What?
You were doing the sign language after we watched, what's it called?
Oh,
Close Encounters of the
Close Encounters of the 19th Kind, yeah. Or was it third kind? Yeah.
Third Kind.
It was good, that.
Very good. So old, was it? Would you reckon?
It was 50 years old.
48.
48 years old.
It can't be right, can it?
Watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind last night, and because I'd seen it advertised again. And it's amazing when you watch these old films how much you forget. I didn't remember most of that until it got towards the end.
It was so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, so
Well, I taught him everything he knows,
yeah. Well,
obviously. More of that down here. And again, I'm leaving it white or light to the left-hand side. I think this is the first painting I've done on YouTube where I've used just a small brush for most of it. Now, there's some more twigs. Like I say, you don't want to do millions of twigs. Give the impression of a canopy of winter trees. But for something this close up, you do need a few twigs. But don't go bonkers. Just draw a few out there. And just squiggle the brush around. Let it do its job. A rigger brush is a long, flicky brush. And people are scared of them. Just don't try and control them. Let it do its job. Flick about. Like that. Now I'm going to do that one, the next one, before I do the final twigs on that one. And down here. Yeah, you didn't realise I could speak alien, did you? Alien sign language.
The trouble is, I don't know what you're saying.
That's good.
Could be saying anything.
That's good. Believe me. Bring that down as well. Coming down there. And here. Someone said to me on a YouTube feedback recently, which I did see, you should make more videos. You could make a fortune on YouTube. Make more videos. That's all fine and good saying that, but there is something called life as well, apart from just work. And I just don't have the time to make more videos. Otherwise, I would. When I retire, then I'll make more videos.
That's if I've retired as well.
Sorry?
That's only if I've retired as well. As I'm doing the filming.
I just put an advert out.
Technician needed.
Technician required.
Filmmaker.
Don't expect wages. Now, that's why I said leave these bits till I finish that one, because some of these twigs, look, they're coming in front of that one. And again, a few here. Now that shows how you got the light on the side, or snow, the left hand side of that tree. Because I put a twig here, look, coming out there, end it at the pencil line, not at the paint. You see that? You see what I mean?
Yep. Clever.
Well, yeah, I just thought of it. Now, for the tops of those again, it's the same process I did there, but again, darker. And I shall put more brush on this time. I'll show you what I mean by more brush now. But again, it's ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, very dark. A bit more blue. More or less equal quantities. And now what I'm doing, get rid of surplus paint off my brush. And now go into the brush flat, like that. See? I'm loading the brush flat. Now, tap on. Load the brush again. The whole length of the brush is going onto the paper. To ensure that, hit the brush with the metal, hit the paper with the metal of the brush. Look, see? Because if you hold the brush any other way, you're going to get the end going on first, which will give you sharper bits, and you don't want that. There, winter trees, easy peasy. Now, finished all that. all that's left really is just a big swathe of snowy type brush strokes. Snowy brush strokes. There you go. That's very clear, isn't it?
Very clear.
Different strengths of blue. Again, ultramarine blue. And I've got to kind of like do this now because Gail just said GTFF. And you can work out yourself what that means. And then she said, don't you dare say that on camera. I said, of course not. Now, a little bit of blue. You see, so I didn't, did I?
No, but now everybody's going to wonder what you said.
Yeah. Bit like that. Coming in.
Or what I said.
Hey?
Or what I said.
What you said, yeah. I'm used to learning that kind of language. A bit more here, like that. And again, go around leaving that bit white. And again, leaving that bit white. Now, as I come over here, no more paint, just more water into the brush. I'm getting a lighter version. Snow, yes, it's white when you're looking at it, but it's not. There's loads of different blues and shades and colours of the sky in snow. It's frozen water. It reflects what's above it. With colours, I mean, with the sky especially. More bits here, look. And as I'm putting it on, look, leave a few bumpy bits here and there. So when you're doing snow, don't just have a big page of white. Have different shades going in it. Tape's coming off now.
What's the heat?
I know. Because you want to switch the heating off. But that now, I'm going to make that a little bit darker. Again, ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Just a touch more burnt sienna into it. Like so. A few bits of that here, look. Bumpy. Don't be afraid of putting colour on. Like I say, you can always smooth it out, soften it afterwards. Well, let's create almost, not a track or a path, just the bumpy bits getting shorter as they go further away down there. And then snake that off across there. It's just something, raised snow, whatever, but something that helps to take the eye into the picture. You see, snaking off into the picture. Quite clever, that, isn't it?
Very clever.
Yeah. And again, wash out, squeeze out. Now what I'm going to do, just with a clean, wet brush, I'm not saying damp, it's a wet brush. Go in there and smooth here and there, look. Any questions, Kel?
I've got one.
Hmm?
I have got one, but I presume you've got it in hand.
What?
Are you going to do some undergrowth under the trees?
Yes, yeah, that's the next bit. You're trying to be all clever there, aren't you? And it's because you just looked at that card. Now, because Gail said so, I'm going to get a little bit of yellow ochre. There. 3/4 inch brush again. And all I'm doing, look, split the brush, like so, and just stipple on there, look. It's only a hint of yellow ochre. Now, a little bit of raw umber and burnt sienna mix. There's my raw umber. There. Touch of burnt sienna into it. There. Now again, split brush. Put that in there. I was going to do the same with a little bit of green, but I'm not going to because I think the green would stand out too much in this look. Mixed green.
agree.
I'm talking about.
As your technical advisor, I agree.
Sorry?
As your technical advisor, I agree.
Oh God. Yeah. I've got one of them as well. That's just a few bits up sticking out through the snow.
Lovely.
Now, finally, I need a little bit of shadow. And as I would ordinarily mix, like the blue of the sky and alizarin crimson and burnt sienna to make a nice deep, rich but warm shadow. I don't want a warm shadow in this. Ultramarine blue and burnt sienna again, but this time stronger. Like so. More blue. And what I'm doing, I'm going to get the trees there, tap it on, and bring some across there. That's so. A little bit there. A little bit there. Now, while I'm still in with that colour, oh, that's scary, isn't it?
Very.
I'm petrified. Daubs here and there. Have a tree out of shot there, look. That would cast a bit of shadow. And now that I've put that on, clean wet brush again, damp brush, sorry, soften, merge in. Bring that there. And just tapping on. And that is about that. All I need to do now is just take the tape off the whole thing and see a finished picture. And there we go, finished painting, tape off. Despite the amount of water I put on this paper, it will always flatten out when it's dried, but it will never during the painting, during the process of the painting, go wobbly and everything to stop it from painting. So don't panic about it. This is called the lantern rough paper. There we go. And you've got the lantern rough, and we sell it in 3 formats. That's the A4, we've got A3 and A2.
That's not on the site.
No, A2 is not on the site. What is it we've got on the site? A4
And
A3.
Three.
Yes. And that's the lantern rough, which is a lovely paper, very hardy. And I also use the same paper for painting my acrylics on. If I'm not doing them on canvas, I'll paint them on this paper. And also, underneath that, we've got the Aquafine, which is quite a bit cheaper than the lantern, but it still does a really good job. And we sell that in A4 and A3 as well. Aquafine texture paper, and you can see it has got a lovely texture. So, if you're just beginning, start off with that. For all of you professionals out there, lantern rough, beautiful stuff. I use it every day. As you know, we've got lots of different books on the website for acrylics and watercolours, and we've got an oil book as well. But these two are the new ones that have just come out. And now I've finished with that, I can put it back in its fancy little box. So we've got the landscape deck, which I just worked from, and we've got the architecture deck, and they're all for watercolours. There. Watercolour mixing deck, landscape deck. A really good idea, and I so wish it had been me that had thought of it rather than just the publishers. But there we go. So hopefully you'll enjoy these and make use of them. They're there to be used, to be taken out on location with you, to use in your studio or where you paint or whatever. Use them, refer to them. That's what they're for. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you all again soon. Everything is on the website, which is charlesevansart.com. It's all there at vastly reduced prices to normal in the shops. Thank you very much. See you again soon.